bunch of questions. We'll open up some questions from you guys as we go. And my name is Chad. I spoke earlier. To my left here is Mr. Justin Woodard, technical artist at Turbine. To his right is Brandon Bateman, technical artist at Turbine. We have Farley Chery, who is an educator and freelancer. Mr. Ryan Griffin is another technical artist from Turbine, a big Turbine representation. At the end down there is Elliott. He is a runner of Vermont Digital Arts, making small, well not small, but iPhone games and other things.
3D media for all kinds of games and so on.
So I thought it was nice that the panel was put together by Heidi that has representation from Turbine, which is a large company. We have 9 technical artists, 3 of which are here, all the way down to personal educators and smaller companies too. So you kind of get that balance of what the heck is going on with technical art. So just want to have everybody introduce themselves and talk a little bit about what their role is. Justin?
Hi, I'm Justin. My role changes daily, and I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, so if you detect a slight southern accent, that's why. But yeah, that's me.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm the lead technical artist at Turbine. My role started out as integration and some scripting, moved on to more dealing with Havoc and whatnot, and has currently more moved on to some administration type stuff. So yeah, I'm from Peabody, Massachusetts.
Hi, I'm Farley. Right now I'm a teacher at Bunker Hill Community College. I've been freelancing for a while doing technical art, and currently I have actually been in production of training material for digital tutors. So if anyone doesn't have an account, it's only $300, and I know you guys all have that in your back pockets now, so sign up. Oh, and I'm from Randolph, Massachusetts.
Ryan Griffin, senior technical artist at Turbine. Currently I work mostly as a character TD, developing pipeline tools for animation and character rigging, although that also changes daily quite often. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Hello, I'm Elliott. I'm the president of Vermont Digital Arts. I wear many hats there because it's such a small company. I have a background in fine art and technical art. I think I started doing technical art in 1982. I'm TN99, so I've been at this for a while. I'm doing 3D since early 90s. So sort of a hybrid mix of an entrepreneur, a tech artist, a fine artist, and then like a project management type person. And I did teach college for 7 years also, 3D animation.
All right, so that's the panel. I'm going to ask the panel to quickly, in a sentence or two, describe what technical art is.
I don't describe technical art, mostly because there's the old expression, jack of all trades, master of none. Well, technical artist is jack of all trades, master at putting out fires. So, technical artist to me is a guy that is willing to do what is required and what is asked of him to do. Whether it be modeling, animation, effects, we make it better for you guys. We write tools, and if needed, we do the work as well. That's tech art for me.
I define tech art as kind of the same thing. You don't really know exactly what it is. The more generic term for it is we bridge the gap between the art and programming side of things. So basically, if you have a traditional artist, they're generally not technically minded to really get into a lot of what the coding side of things is. And the coding side of things, they're not really artistically minded to get into that side. We're kind of in the middle, and we try and handle both. We'll do the art, we'll do the programming stuff, and we'll try and just get in there and get it done.
My definition is just willing to learn. If it needs to be known, the technical artist is usually going to be the first one to find out. Always searching, researching, trying to find if tools were developed, what tools have to be developed. They're really the one who's supposed to look at the overall pipeline. Well, as a freelancer, this is what I've done, and basically say needs to be done to make it work efficiently. And beyond that, just kind of run around, pulling out your hair, seeing what could possibly get done. There's no real definition as far as I know. It changes between what any job that you look at, what you are going to be doing.
I agree with a lot of what was said already. It's a fairly new position at most studios, so it's not fairly defined yet. It certainly is that bridge between the art and the programming side, and I think it's problem solving. You know, there's a lot of problems when you're making a game, and that's kind of where technical part falls in. So, we solve the problem.
You know, these guys pretty much covered most of the bases. I would add that it's sort of being artist hacker, and sort of like a beginner mind where you're always needing to realize that you always have to keep learning and you're on the bleeding edge of technology at all times. You just got to make it work because everyone's depending on it.
Great. Yeah, myself, I have nothing really to add. Everybody summed it up. So this question for the Turbine people, I already know the answer to, but describe a typical day.
So I come in happy. Check my email. If nothing has gone wrong at that point, I will start. Okay, let me preface this. My role is mostly integration, meaning I put stuff into the game. Some days I'm scripting, some days I'm doing animation, and other things. But I come in, whatever my task is that week, say it's animation. I'll get started on that. Using dynamics to make something fall apart or something. If that goes smoothly, and no one's bothered me, then that's a great day. That is 1% of my year. So what happens is I come in and artist A needs something fixed on their computer. So I go over there and I help them set up their tools. Artist B is wondering how to find this asset in game, so I help them find an asset. So a typical day there isn't a typical day. We help. That's what we do. We help artists.
My typical day is watching him and laughing at him doing this. No, but really, it varies from day to day. Like I said, when I first started at Turbine, I was primarily doing integration of assets with a few character rigs here and there. That role then transitioned to more doing character rigs most of the time, and then transitioned from that into doing some scripting and then some Havoc stuff. The role changes on a day-to-day basis based on what is needed. So yeah, basically, what is it? We'll throw Friday this week into the mix. And on Friday, I was rigging a character. The day before that, I was working on a Havoc ragdoll for a character. And then the day before that, I was working on the rig for that same character I was working on Friday. So it's basically just what's needed on a day-to-day basis. And yeah.
My typical day is really mostly trying to figure out what these guys are doing and what they want to see. Since I'm responsible for training students, I know how difficult we had a chance to talk, and everybody here picked technical artists because there's a lot of job security. Find out most people just don't want to do it. So if you're a student, you should jump that way. It's just a lot safer. You might go bald. Yeah. I mean,
you will go bald. You
Yeah.
will drink a lot. But
it's almost a requirement. So, in trying to figure out what's going on in every studio, reading through everything, the next portion of my day is researching stuff that everyone knows the answers to. Why don't aim constraints work properly? Turns out it's just because they don't. But you have to keep going back. I mean, I could actually give like an hour lecture on why aim constraints don't work the way you expect. And that's really that's a good portion of my day. Then it's the way to get the materials out. If I actually have a contract, it's doing more research to get that done, to get everything done quicker and more efficiently. And really, beyond that, it's really learning how to program a modularized rig, because in all honesty, after you get something to work once and you really understand it, it's great. But then you have to do it like 50 more times if it's something for like a game project like what these guys are doing. And if you have to do it by hand, it's just 8 characters is a lot to get done properly. So that's the way I typically spend most of my days, just research.
Let's see, well, recently, actually for the past few months, I've been developing and deploying some rigging and animation tools. So my typical day right now is a lot of research, a lot of writing code, and a good amount of putting out fires. Because when you're deploying a tool of this magnitude that affects so many people, you spend a lot of time at people's desks showing them how it works or debugging an issue, and then going back to the drawing board, doing a whole bunch of research, writing a whole bunch more code, and pushing that back out again. So that's basically it. That and drinking a lot of coffee, I think, is what I've been doing off recently.
Coming from an indie studio, it's a little bit different for me because we're a small studio. We do our own in-house work, and we also do contract work for other area companies that are larger and companies beyond the area. So being the president and also a technical artist, I have hands-on work, and I also manage not only people on my own team, but I manage teams for clients. So like Anzabin Studio Animation Studio in Northampton, like they work on a lot of projects. So I'll be a lot of times the go-between. Like I'll come in, I'll check with the paying clients first before I deal with my own stuff. They might have an issue with rigging or animation or whatever, and integration into Unity and getting Studio Max and Maya to play nice with Mudbox and ZBrush. And I have to deal with all that and do consulting with my clients and with other sort of subcontracting people. At the same time, we're working on our own IP, and Dan Kneska over there has done a lot of, he's more like a technical director at Vermont Digital Arts, and so I'll call on him. We're doing development for other, we're doing Pure-on development for other Unity-based games, and we do our own in-house stuff in art. And a lot of times I just find myself a good part of the day for business and for research on Twitter, especially, using a hashtag for a search like Unity 3D or Max or 3D or Maya, and all day there's this sort of ticker of everything that everyone's saying about these subjects coming up, and I'm just always keeping an eye on that, like this tool or that tool. And then a lot of my day I'll spend just bothering Dan and Alex and Yilmaz on Skype or whatever, finding out what's going on. But it's mostly putting out fires, like these guys, I think.
Yeah, one thing I would add too is when you break it all down, Tech Art's responsibility kind of lies in pipeline management too, in developing those pipelines for the entire game, from how art is created and then gets into the game. So it's a big part of your job is finding efficiencies in that realm and working to adjust that pipeline on a daily basis based on the needs of the project and the artists that are working with it.